Okay, Scorpio, this is going to be your part 2 money reading January 2022. Keep in mind, we apply this to money, finance, career, things of that nature. Okay, resources, value. Okay, opening up the gates of not just abundance, because abundance is more so this kind of like emotional tag. We're wanting to, open up the doors to surplus and excess, I should say. Sorry, I said that and that sounded too close to access. Access could be something to be, spoken to in regards to money and abundance, which is like the word download. It's nowadays it's so overused and saturated, but we want not just like abundance is more, again, this kind of interpersonal subjective. We want surplus and excess, EXCESS, not so we could hoard it, not so we could be selfish, but so we could kind of like dole it out and give it away and secure our futures and our stabilities for whatever worth that is or whatever that means in 2022. But, in the vein of we're building something that hopefully could be passed onward, on top of this kind of enjoyable experience of life and just continuing to be more aligned with being able to enjoy our lives. 5 of Wands in the upright. Now, this does speak to conflict, competition, could be pettiness, Scorpio. Okay, moving the other direction. Okay, steadily, stably, the other direction, away from bullshit, away from competition, away from conflicting actions, conflicting ideologies. Tower moment. This is big upheaval. This is actually Scorpionic Martian energy, Pluto energy, Aries energy. This big upheaval, okay, that is meant to align things spiritually. This adds to the number 7 in numerology. So whatever this big upheaval is, it's meant to essentially really align you. It's an ending. Things were kind of done in such a way that were not sustainable with the 10 of Wands here. The Queen of Wands in the upright, this is being the kind of director, being in the driver's seat, being able to call the shots of how things unfold. And my guess is that you weren't willing to kind of be a groundling or a peon. You weren't willing to fall in line. You understood your own self-worth, and that's a huge thing, topically in regards to money, because we're talking about value. So ultimately, this kind of trickles down or converts to self-worth and self-value. Okay, and what you're willing to compromise or settle for or resign yourself to. So if that's, working in horrendous conditions or a 9 to 5. 8 of Cups in the reverse, for the longest time not wanting to leave something. Here, it points to the 7 in the upright, which is options. Slowing down, pumping the brakes with the Knight of Swords in the reverse. I'm using 2 different decks, by the way. Sorry, I think there was a little bit of a freeze. Lag in the background. If you're witnessing that on your end. Yeah, not a great time to start something new, especially if something's going to be a liability to your resources or your assets. Typically, that could also be a relationship. Okay? If someone expects that you spend something or expects that you drive a certain car or that you buy them things. Those two, have kind of financial liabilities, and they draw resources in and of themselves. Families, relationships, things of that nature. Holidays. Justice card in the upright. Libra energy, blind justice, objectivity, truth, clear, precise, clean-cut communication, fairness, balance. What's being weighed, I like to say, is the mind and the heart, but also, value. What are you willing to compromise? What are you willing to do to outsource your time for money, to have a place over your head, to kind of, to live in a certain area, or all these kind of big picture questions is something to be acknowledged with this Ten of Cups in the upright. This is the kind of picturesque, happy home, happy family. It's interesting because in the first interpretation of this energy that came out for you in the first part of your reading here for money, January 22, Scorpio, this came out in reference to kind of the bells and whistles. But now I'm getting this as more so a kind of like something tangible that's built from the ground up and not bells and whistles. And I think that we could safely say it's not bells and whistles because it's something that you value and it's something that you created from the ground up. You're not inheriting some facade and just going with it. Okay. Remember that Tower moment caused an upheaval and destruction, grounding everything, leveling everything, so that you can truthfully build from the bottom up. And I'm not getting the sense that you're necessarily kind of betrothed to having to kind of keep up some facade. Okay, you may have done so in the past with the Nine of Wands in the upright, but you were kind of drawing your ilk. You were drawing people that resonate with you to you. Okay, Queen of Pentacles in the upright. This came out, I believe, for the first card for your reading here. I do see this kind of advancement, this graduation from the Knight of Pentacles to the Queen of Pentacles. I'm not necessarily getting that it's an offer, just because how it came out narratively, contextually. After so many cards were flipped out in between, something was calibrated justly and correctly, and it's almost as if you're ranking up here. Knight of Pentacles in the upright to the Queen of Pentacles in the upright. Okay? Let's add up all these wands here because there's so many wands. So that's 8, 9, 19, and 5. That's 24. That's 6. 6 of wands. Yeah, that's a victory right there. So all those wands are adding up and being reduced in numerology. So you got 24, but that reduces to 6. The 2 and the 4 add up. Okay, so yeah, you're getting this victory here in the form of being able to kind of reach some toehold. That's weird sounding. A foothold, a toehold. Like in rock climbing, you get your toe in this kind of hole, in this hole, in this space for you to step up. Okay, so foothold, toehold. Such a weird way for it to roll off the tongue. I don't know if it's because of the swelling on my cheek, because of my electrical scooter accident. Knocking on wood anytime I'm bringing that up. I'm getting that you got this kind of leg up in status. Okay. Your endeavors, the momentum that you've been constructing and building has allowed you to kind of reach this leg up. Which is very cool. It's like you've evolved to the next phase or stage. Now, you haven't slammed doors to people in the past, but people in the past, they're fair weather, it seems like. The Queen of Pentacles, this is also, and not only have you legged up and leveled up and got this kind of foothold, you created this bridge for you from the Queen of Pentacles to move to the King of Pentacles. And or if that's one interpretation, another interpretation could be that if you are meeting an external King of Pentacles, maybe your match, been getting this a lot lately. This came out for, I think, the Virgo or Libra reading. Again, feel free to cross-watch with the caveat that you're looking at the lens through the ruling house attributes. The houses are in order, as are the zodiac signs, so you know which house we're in reference to. So, for instance, if you're watching the Virgo house, or excuse me, the Virgo money reading January 2022, but you're applying it to your house resonance, that would be Virgo rules the 6th house, because they are 6 in line from Aries to Pisces in zodiac order. So you would read all the attributes of the 6th house in the kind of default astrological chart, natal chart, because we all have the houses 1 through 12. We all have houses 1 through 12, I should say. And so you could, for that sector, pick up gems to apply to your life for those cross-watch readings. That's how all readings apply to everybody. I'm seeing this growth and progression and this leveling up and all this good stuff here. Now, obviously, the 5 of Swords in the reverse could be in reference to keeping tabs with people from the past. But I think it's a bridge that you've kind of calculated and created. If not built, like a path to victory. Okay, and it could be that you were able to build the path to victory because you saw the path to victory. Amen. 10 of Pentacles in the upright. Best card in the deck for finances, legacy, foundation, resources, and you're doing it. You're doing it brick by brick, day by day, Scorpio. You saw the path to victory, and now you're kind of just building on that, momentum-wise. Very cool, very cool, very cool. What a wonderful, wonderful energy there, January 2022. It's like you saw it and you took it. Yeah, the Justice card. You found a way to balance the scales by fucking working your tuchus off. That's how you got even. You didn't get even by you screaming at anyone or sabotaging anyone. You got even by grinding, by going deep within you. Grinding is a misnomer because we're beyond the concept of grinding. Remember, we were talking about hitching yourself to the chariot. That kind of animal self, where the great crumb comes from. Where the great comes from. So by the time you're in a position where you're like, you're just finding yourself in moments where you need to fucking grind. But it's not this kind of like methodology. They're like point placement, like optimal judo moves where you have that blueprint of grit in you, whatever that might be version-wise in your life. But it's not a lifestyle. It's a capability of yours, which is why I'm kind of interpreting that kind of energy more so that's been coming out lately as hitching your wagon to the chariot horses or the Sphinx in the tarot. That lives within you, that animal beast nature that's able to push through against all odds. That's how you win. That's how you I was going to say gain respect, but you're not doing that for respect. That's like a ancillary result or side effect, but you're not doing it. You can't pay rent off of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I'm just so incredibly proud of you. I think that you've really kind of push beyond limitations within yourself. And it's to the point where it's like you've separated that thing in you that has to grind and grit and really kind of dig deep from your higher self, which is the thing that's kind of driving or navigating, a la that Queen of Wands energy that I think came out for you. And so you're not having to live in toil, but you're able to kind of like allow it to come through you and from you when needed, which I think is a special ability because you're not in that mindset, okay? But you're able to go there, okay, if you need to. So, which is fucking amazing. Okay, Scorpio. I love you, and that was awesome. And feel free to reach out for a one-on-one reading. And I wish you the best in January 2022 and beyond. Holler.